All right, good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update for Monday, January the 22nd of 2019. This is George Papazov, Trade Pro Academy. Happy you guys are joining us. It's cold in Canada. I mean, that's not news to anybody, but man, this weekend was especially cold. I know some of our members just saying how cold it was. I saw minus 23 Fahrenheit, which is crazy. It was like minus 25 here on the coldest side of it, Celsius. And I don't know what that is, but pretty damn near 0 Fahrenheit. Very cold. Thank goodness I got the snow tires on that Benz. It was helpful. I got a lot more traction out of it. I hope you guys are staying warm and you were safe this weekend with your families and loved ones. I got a great update for you today. We're going to talk about the market closure on MLK Day and how that's going to impact you. But let's start with the morning market fun fact. I found this fascinating, and I personally didn't know this, so I'm excited to share with you. The Jamaican stock market was up 29% in 2018. And that's the highest of 94 national indices. It beat everything, including all United States markets. In the last 5 years, the stock index in Jamaica is up 300%, almost 7 times the amount of gains of the S&P 500. That blew my mind. Here's the interesting part, though. Of the 37 stocks that are listed in that fund, which is kind of similar to what the Dow is to the U.S., the total market capitalization is less than $11 billion, but still amazing growth and something I'm going to investigate and look into further. All right. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and in celebration of his accomplishments and amazing life and journey, markets are closed. New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, all stock markets will be closed. You will not get quotes. They'll be quoted as of the close on Friday. So be cognizant of that. If you're a stock trader, you're probably not even here. It's your day off. Enjoy it. Futures markets, however, are open. The United States futures are open. Our trading room is open. We're doing our morning market update. Right after this, we'll go in and trade together until 11 a.m. They close at 1 p.m. Eastern today. They're being halted, the futures. So basically, they're going to shut down the exchange, and then it's going to reopen again today at 6 p.m. Eastern. The current day opens in futures the previous day at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So that's how the futures markets work. So we're only closed really for 5 hours, and it's going to be an interesting day. All right? Because there's going to be reduced volume and liquidity in today's session, there could be a little bit more than a usual holiday day because of the developments we'll talk about in a moment. But because we're getting in this kind of closed stocks environment, futures are open, commodities are open, we'll look for some opportunities, and there probably will be opportunities. I imagine mostly around oil. So that's the market we'll be looking at closer today than the S&P 500. But follow these 3 rules and you'll do okay today. All right. Rule number 1 is trade less often. There's no need to be in there doing 30 trades on a day where there's only 106,000 contracts traded so far. That's very pathetic. It's not pathetic, it's low. All right. So number 1, trade less often, match your frequency to the opportunity. Rule number 2, trade less size. Today I'm going to be reducing my contract size almost by half on the S&P 500. It can't be half exactly because I trade odd lots and because I'm an odd person. My mom says I'm an odd person. But she loves me anyways. And the third rule and last and final rule is take profit quicker. I know we're used to running trailers and taking more advantage of these markets these days that they're volatile. But in today's session, just get paid. Get paid quicker. All right. You follow those 3 rules and you're going to do good. The objective of today, every single day we wake up with the goal to make money through risk management and prudent trades, through high probability, low risk entries. Today's goal is going to be to save all the money that you can. Protect your capital, and you go in with that mindset, and you're going to be patient enough till you find a good opportunity. It's got to be worth it. Ask yourself the question before you get in the trade. On today's review session, all right, at the end of the day, or if I had a boss overlooking my trades, will they be proud of this entry? And if the answer is yes, go for it. I'm looking for proud trades today. All right. Overnight, we had a tale of 2 sides, if you will. Asian markets have rallied despite the fact they've rallied on Chinese economic data. And I'll tell you what economic data they liked. Retail sales came out at 8.2% versus 8.1% expected. So that beat on the Chinese economic front. Industrial production came out for December at 5.7% versus 5.3%. And so markets like that data. Here's an interesting thing. We had the biggest drop in GDP since 1990. All right. And why that was positive is investors in Asia said, hey, look, this is kind of crummy. China's injected a lot of liquidity into the market over the last 2 weeks. Maybe they'll inject some more. So it's a little bit of an optimism on retail, and it's selective vision. They chose what they want to see, and they're going by that. And also, it's lower liquidity, so they get away with it. So Asian markets are up. All right. European markets and US futures, not so much. They're down. In Europe, we're having some of these challenges around the Brexit deal, some updates through Theresa May and her parliament. And you're going to hear more about that as the day progresses. And in the United States, the weakness is due to a fact on a late Sunday report from Bloomberg. They said the following: the two sides have made little progress. The quotes around the little progress. Apparently, during their meetings, there's been little progress so far, and that sort of takes the hype or the excitement or optimism off the market from last week's report, where we got a sneak peek that the U.S. is considering removing the tariffs on China, which was then deemed incorrect. BuzzFeed got involved in this stuff and became a whole crazy thing. Government shutdown continues. Donald Trump made an effort through a speech this weekend to provide something in negotiation to extend the DACA program in the United States. And Nancy Pelosi said that that's a non-starter. Even before he started his address to the nation, so that's a non-starter. Nice try, Donald. That ain't gonna fly. And so we're back to ground zero, essentially. Trade talks, little progress, government shutdown, ongoing negotiations, right where they were. And I mean, where they were is not good because we have a shutdown. So it's interesting. The Democrats are trying to put a bill together to fund most of the agencies other than the Department of Defense. And that's not going to pass because obviously Democrats own one part of the party or one part of government and Republicans the other. So we're nowhere. We're spinning the wheels, but we haven't made progress. And if you're putting pressure on the gas pedal, but your wheels are spinning at some point, you're going to run out of gas, or you're going to have to try a different strategy to get out of the situation you're in. All right. London's up 0.2%. DAX is down 0.5%. The CAC 40 out of France down 0.2%. S&P futures down 1 whole percentage point. And it's sort of a risk-off sentiment this morning. It's an early start to the week. I foresee this week we're flush against a resistance level on the S&P 500, and I'm seeing a little bit of selling off here early week through Monday to the middle of the week, maybe on Wednesday. No major economic data this week, of course, because the government shut down, and a lot of economic reports that are supposed to come out are not coming out because there's no one there to create them. One of them that is going to be a volatile event that I'm really looking forward to is the crude oil inventory report. That is up and running Wednesday at 10:30 in the morning. Other than that, no major economic data out of the U.S. Tomorrow we have some data out of Japan, which is Bodge, the Bank of Japan. There's a joke at TRADEPRO Academy that I'm going to name my firstborn Bodgy. I don't know how that started, but Bodge is a pretty cool name. Hey, Bodgy, I can see that. It's kind of cute. That's on the economic front. And last but not least, there's news out there this weekend that North Korea leader Kim Jong-un will schedule a summit with Donald Trump for end of February. It's their second such meeting. All right. And, that's another event to look forward to. Today, no economic news. It's going to be slower. 106,000 contracts have traded and only 200 traded since we started this update. Think about that. It was at 106.1. Now it's at 106.3. So a whole 200 contracts have traded. That's one of our members alone. Clap that. All right. What else do we got today? That's all. Short morning market update for you. Remember, it's a holiday in the markets. If you're going to get out there, I'll tell you this. Right now, most professionals are not trading. In fact, say all professional traders and their institutional desks, proprietary firms, banks are out for the day. This is their holiday. We're in here because we care about you. And I think that having somebody to trade with who is considered a professional trader, who earns their living doing trading, is useful as a tool during a low volatility day, not to help you make millions of dollars, but to help you not lose that much. All right, that's my benefit. So I figured I'm going to open the room. It's there. You guys are going to trade regardless. I might as well be there with you, and we navigate this market together. All right. What else do I got for you? That's it. All right. Enjoy your day. Manage your risk and trade like a trade pro. Keep it tight out there. Be disciplined. Be a good risk manager first. And that means that you might watch 2 hours worth of market and not have a single trade. And guess what? That's okay. I've done that. I often tell traders not having a trade on doesn't make you a non-trader. All right. You don't have to have a trade active in order for you to be considered a trader. A trader is an analyst and a risk manager first and seizes opportunity by executing a trade. So watch, learn, and if there's nothing out there, don't feel compelled that you have to have a trade. It's all right to be flat for the day. All right, guys, You have a great day. I appreciate you all. We got some great stuff coming up next couple weeks, like our futures course retaping. If you want to learn more about that, click the link in the description in 5 minutes because I got to update the description. There's a lot more details. I'll put together a page and more info for you. We're retaping our futures course. It's going to be a huge event. Happens once every 3 years. Last time we did it was 2016. We're redoing it again because the market's changed. It's important that where you learn how to trade is a place that's current. A lot of these strategies, they'll say, oh, look at this strategy I'm going to sell you. It's amazing. It worked in the 90s. The market ain't the same as it was in the 90s. The markets have changed drastically, and you have to make sure that what you're trading with and the tools you have been updated as well. All right, so I hope you guys join us for that. Starts February 4th. That's all we got for you. Have a great day. Manage your risk. Trade like a Trade Pro. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. for another morning market update. If you love these updates, all I ask is that you share with somebody and help us build our community. We're here working for you guys, and we love our community. The stronger our community gets, the more powerful each and every one of the members get. In fact, I'm going to end it on this because I got a few minutes. It's a concept called the mastermind. A lot of successful, wealthy people mastermind with one another. They get together in a room, share ideas, and build out their businesses as a unit. And I'll tell you this, when two minds come together, the sum total is greater than the parts. Remember that. Have a great day. Manage your risk at Trade Pro. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. All right, Trade Pros in the room. Victorio is stuck on the transit. He said that there's a lot of delays. It's so cold here in Canada, my brain is frozen. I got to defrost for a moment. It's miserably cold. And in Toronto, you don't usually get that. In other parts of Canada, it gets even colder. So people out in Alberta and then up in the Northwest Territories and anywhere else outside of Toronto are probably laughing at me saying, man, -20 is a good day. But hey, Victorio's not here. Mark's going to come in shortly. It's just me. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the S&P 500 this morning, give you some levels and analysis. And I'm going to throw it off to Steven to talk to you about oil. We will have some opportunity in the oil market, and that's probably where I'm going to focus more than half my attention on. All right, guys, let's get started. Let me map out some good levels for you that we're going to wait for, some trade opportunities for today.